A new era has begun with the X-Factor Sportz Podcast. This is a season 11 preview episode. This is a special episode. The new season will start at the end of the month. I'll announce that date when we are done here at the end of this special. I want to thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Again, the X-Factor Sportz Podcast is not going anywhere, but there is a new era in podcasting here at the X-Factor Sportz Podcast. I am Jay Mondane. If you've been rocking with us for the first 10 seasons, we appreciate you. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Episodes will come every Wednesday night. What I'm going to do today in this special episode is I'm going to talk about what the X-Factor Sportz Podcast is going to become, why we're making the shift, and what you're going to be seeing moving forward. All right. We are going to do a lot more special thank yous to the audience. We used to do fan appreciation episodes. We're going to get back to those. But we are shifting the focus, okay? We are trying to grow this podcast. The goal is to get to 100,000 subscribers, okay? How do you do that? The way you get to 100,000 subscribers is by narrowing the focus. I talked about it on the season 10 finale last week. We are going to narrow this focus and get very specific, okay? We want to target a specific audience. So the X-Factor Sportz Podcast, we are going to talk more about football and basketball, college and pro. That is going to be strictly the sports talk that we talk about. We're going to move away from the broad audience of MLB, NHL, WNBA, like all of the other ancillary shows or all the other ancillary sports. Not that they're not important, but we're just going to focus solely on what sports fans want, what the numbers say, and what my expertise is in, honestly. And that's basketball and football at the college and pro level. So starting with season 11, at the end of the month, we are going to give you all of that detail. We're going to give you all of that sports talk. It's still real talk, unbiased takes, but it's going to be solely focused on NFL and NBA and college football and basketball. All right. So, like I said, real talk, unbiased takes doesn't go away. But starting season 11, it's going to be even bigger. We're going to have way more posts, way more reels. As you've been seeing over this past week, you've probably seen 20 reels in the last couple of days. That is not an accident. All right. In order for us to get to where we're trying to go as a podcast, we are going to push more content out in front of the world. We want everybody to see our face. We want every time you go to a social media platform, you see the X-Factor Sportz Podcast and you share it with everybody, because we are going to flood the social media channels with content, okay? It's going to be an overabundance of content. We need to do this. In order to grow, we need to continue to grow. We need to do more, okay? We haven't been doing enough. We have not been expanding the brand enough, but those days are over, okay? You're going to start getting more content from the X-Factor Sportz Podcast in waves starting this week, as you've been seeing. We've got March Madness content out. Yesterday, there were posts at 4 different times of the day on all platforms. We had NFL content on Monday, and there's going to be more March Madness content coming the rest of the week, because we got the play-in games or the first 4. Then we have the actual first round March Madness games coming up. So we will have content about all of the upcoming games. Selection Sunday, we're doing a live show on Selection Sunday and getting real reaction. We're going to talk to you about what I'm picking, how my bracket's going to look, why I'm picking the teams that I'm picking. We're going to give you all of that content. And that is how this show is going to start going, okay? When there are live, real events happening, you will see a real live show in real time where I can get comments from fans, where you guys can comment below. You can get my reaction live on the air. It's going to be on all social media platforms and, of course, on YouTube, because that is where we're trying to grow this podcast, okay? So that's what season 11 is going to bring you. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be more content. You're going to see more of me on the platform, Okay. In order to accelerate this process, we need to continue to push out content. All right. So why is the show changing? The show is changing. It's more of a strategic shift. Okay. So in order to get a bigger audience, we have to reach more people. And in order to reach more people, we have to put out more content. And in order to reach a specific audience, so people aren't just scrolling away, so people aren't just looking at a reel for 1 second, they're actually focused on what they're getting from us here at the X-Factor Sportz Podcast. Okay? It is strictly basketball and football, college and pro. If you're looking for the best sports content, if you're looking for the best football and basketball content, this is where you're going to get it. So that specific audience, they can come to the X-Factor Sportz Podcast and they won't be disappointed week in and week out. All right? Everything from the NBA playoffs coming down the road, NFL free agency, draft, any analytics on players, trade talks. Same thing with college sports. You're going to get March Madness analysis. You're going to get Final Four predictions. You're going to get top 5 players, MVP runnings, all of these things from football to basketball when it comes to college. When the fall comes around, we're going to give you full throttle college football, talk about the best teams, specific players, what it is they need to do to get better, what teams are on the cusp of winning a national championship, matchups. We're going to talk rankings. We're going to talk about the college football playoff. Do we like the teams that are in it? Do we not? We're going to have real-time reactions to the college football playoff. So all the things that you've been looking for in football and basketball at the college and pro level are going to be right here at the X-Factor Sportz Podcast, starting with season 11 at the end of the month. So instead of covering everything in sports, we're going all in on football and basketball, which is what we found is what fans care about the most. All right? That's how we're going to reach this goal of 100,000 subscribers. So we need you guys to lock in and let everybody know, anyone that is into football or basketball at the college and pro level, the X-Factor Sportz Podcast is where they want to come. You're going to get the best insights. You're going to get the best analysis, raw, uncut, real talk, unbiased takes. This isn't ESPN. This isn't Fox Sports. We don't have an agenda. We don't have to cater to any big wigs in the front office. We don't have to any market share, any of that we have to cater to. All right? You're getting real sports opinion from a real athlete. So that's what we got coming for y'all starting in season 11. Okay? So what we will cover in season 11, we're still doing 12 episodes a season. We have done 120 episodes so far. So starting with episode 121, we are going to get the MVP race when it comes to the NBA because we're starting at the end of March. So we're going to be in the NBA MVP race, all of the regular season awards, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, this playoff run, who's going to be the top teams that can actually realistically have a shot at winning the playoffs and going to the NBA Finals. So we're not going to cater to what the ratings say on TV. You hear the Lakers get talked about every day. We're not going to talk about them if they are not poised to actually make a legitimate playoff run. We will talk about how they are disappointing, which you've heard in other episodes. We'll dive deeper into the NBA, starting with season 11. Once the playoffs get started, we will talk about key matchups. We will get into game-by-game analysis. We will have reels for game-by-games. We'll have reels for matchups. A lot of content coming from the NBA playoffs. A lot of content coming from March Madness. There'll be a lot of talk about your favorite players, the Nikola Jokic's, the Luka Doncic, the SGAs, the Cade Cunninghams, the Jaylen Browns, the Jalen Brunsons, like the top-tier guys in the NBA. There'll be a lot of conversation about where they're going in their careers, game-by-game analysis, if those players are going to win a championship. Victor Wembanyama and the Spurs, like these are the conversations that we're going to be having. It's going to be like you're sitting in a barbershop talking to me every Wednesday night, and we're having real conversations that are not fluff at all, okay? When we get to the NFL, this is when we talk about free agency, where players should have gone if they didn't go there, what teams are spending their money on, if they're making dumb decisions, if they should go after this player, if they should cut this player. These are the type of conversations that we'll be having NFL. We have the NFL draft in April. So season 11, we will be covering the NFL draft. And we'll probably do the top 10 in real time. We may do a live episode of the top 10 picks of the NFL draft. I haven't decided if I wanted to do that yet. That's on a Thursday night. So we'll see. We may just talk about it the Wednesday before the draft. But be sure to know that there will be content about the NFL draft on draft day for sure. There will be reels out there. You will see me out in the public more promoting the show. Starting in a couple of weeks when I'm in Las Vegas, there will be March Madness promotions. There will be all different types of things happening in real time, talking to real fans out in the street, getting them to subscribe to the X-Factor Sportz Podcast, okay? This is about to go to another level, all right? So I just want y'all to be ready for it. College sports, we're obviously going to talk March Madness on the men's and women's side, okay? So I'm going to talk women's March Madness too. We have some teams that could. We got UConn, who hasn't lost a game. They got like a 45-game win streak. We're going to talk about if they can repeat and go undefeated this year, back-to-back years. We're going to talk about South Carolina. We're going to talk about UCLA, like the top teams in college basketball on the women's side. We will be talking about them as well, okay? So we got the new season coming at the end of March. The way the segments are going to work, the segments are going to be very similar to what they have been. We're going to start out with a debate topic to kick off the show. Obviously, we come in hard with the hooks, but we have a debate topic. We'll talk about, who's the most dangerous team in the NBA, or who's the most overrated team in the NBA, who is the best NFL team coming out of training camp. Like, we're going to have that lead off debate topic with segment 1. And then segment 2 is going to be a breakdown of specific games where we got analysis, or if we're breaking down a top 5 ranking, a list, that's where we'll dive into the analytics. So segment 1 is going to be your big, bold takes on what we're seeing in sports that week. And then your second segment is going to be analytical, where we're breaking down matchups or specific games. That third segment is where we're going to spotlight somebody. We're either going to spotlight a top team, we're going to spotlight contenders, we're going to spotlight something that's going on in sports, and we'll dive into that. Throughout the show, which is definitely different from any other podcast, you can always comment below, and you can see your comments on the show, and you'll definitely get a shout out, and we always respond in real time. So that's why you need to subscribe on YouTube, because on YouTube, you will see your comments in the chat and you will see us in real time respond to those. And we always thank and appreciate those who comment on the show. So this isn't your typical podcast where you comment or you reach out to the host of the show and you don't hear back. All right, we interact with our fans. And for those of you who've been around for all 10 seasons, you already know how we do. We show love all the time. So let's get more people involved in that. And then we're going to, of course, end the segment with our 2-minute warning. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the X-Factor Sportz Podcast, we always end the show with some motivation, something that will help in life, whether it be a goal that you're trying to reach, whether it be, it's not where you start, it's how you finish, discipline, consistency. We're always dropping gems that last 2 minutes of the episode. So I love when people stick around to catch those gems, because every week there's something different. I have 120 gems from the past 10 seasons if you want to look back and check out those, but they're just going to get bigger and better. And we have to start aligning ourselves with success. And this is how we're doing it in real time. So I hope you guys are around for the journey. All right. So the things that are going to make this show different and different from any other podcast, because I'm just coming out and telling y'all, we're not like everybody else. We're going to be better. We're going to be bigger. We're going to interact with our fans directly. You're going to know who we are. You can feel and touch me as a host. You can contact me as a host. We're going to be out in the street. We're going to make sure that this is a podcast for you, the fans, a real athlete, a real person doing real talk, unbiased takes outside of what you see every day on TV. Okay. So that's how this show is going to be different. No scripted media narratives. Okay. This is all going to be real from what the sports world is seeing from my point of view. Okay. Along with analysis. So this ain't just going to be blurring out stuff on the camera. This is going to come with facts. This is going to come with analysis, astute eyes on the screen, and it's going to be fun too. So it ain't just going to be me talking to you through the camera. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of hot takes, a lot of debate topics, a lot of thought-provoking topics. So be sure to tune in for those. It's going to be honest debates. So when I talk about betting, when I talk about who I got winning games, these are real thoughts that I'm giving y'all. This isn't anything that somebody's telling me to say. Okay, this is my show, and I'm going to do it my way, and I want to share that with the world. Independent sports voice. That's what this is going to be. Okay, so we're not ESPN, right? I'm not taking shots at them, but I'm just using them as an example because they're the biggest media that you can find out there when it comes to sports. What I'm telling you is I'm not that, okay? But I'm going to give you real conversations that fans actually have. Whether you're at work on a break, whether you're at the barbershop, whether you're on the basketball court, in the locker room, I'm going to give you those types of conversations. So that's what I want people to tune in for. If you want to hear that type of talk on a podcast, this is the place to be. All right? So season 11, the season 11 premiere is going to be Wednesday, March 25th at 7 p.m. on YouTube, okay? We're going to do the premiere. We're actually going to air it on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and X. But the home base for the X-Factor Sportz Podcast is on YouTube. That's where we grow. We want you to YouTube so you get notified when the episode, you get notified when the reels come out, when the short form videos come out as well, or any updates like this one, where I'm announcing the new direction of the X-Factor Sportz Podcast. You'll only get that on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe and don't just like the show, share it with people and let them know what we got going on. Let them know what we got going on. All right. So if you love the NBA, if you love NFL, if you love college football and basketball, this is the place to be. All right. Because here at the X-Factor Sportz Podcast, you're going to get real talk, unbiased takes. You're going to get a conversation just like you have with your best friends, your cousins, your teammates. But you're going to get it on camera every Wednesday night. So be sure to lock in. And we're going to flood everybody's social media with more reels and shorts and clips. It's going to be in abundance because that's what we need to do to grow. So we need your help to get this to 100,000 subscribers. We're just under 8,000 right now. And you know what they say about goals and dreams. If they're not too big to scare you, they're not big enough. So 100,000 is where we're trying to get to, but we got to get there with you and we got to get there together. All right. So tap into the X-Factor Sportz Podcast every Wednesday night on YouTube, 7 p.m. It doesn't skip a beat. I'm there every week through being sick, through having any other issues outside of what we do other than the podcast, any mistakes that happen, we will be live every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. So be sure to tap in. All right. The goal is 100,000 subscribers. I need 100,000 of y'all to subscribe to the X-Factor Sportz Podcast and lock in. This is real sports talk, the new era of the podcast, season 11, March 25th on YouTube and all audio platforms that you listen to podcasts. You can catch us there too. All right. Appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight to this special episode. We were announcing the new direction of the X-Factor Sportz Podcast. Season 11 is March 25th on Wednesday, 7 p.m., episode 121. The new era begins then. Peace. Yo, you made it to the end of the video. That's dope. We basically family now. If you love watching real sports talk with unbiased takes, be sure to click on the logo and subscribe for more.